Well, it's clear that we just bought a house that looks like the 1970s came in and threw up. So let's do some updating. If you want to learn how to make some closet cubbies, keep watching. Starting off this project with a basic structure made of 2x4s as your support. You really don't have to do this step unless you're planning on adding doors. It elevates your cubbies off of the ground, and that way if you do add doors later, they have clearance to open and close. There's no real rocket science to this. Your length needs to be correct based on the size of your closet or wherever you're putting these little cubbies in your house. But as far as the spacers go in the center, I just eyeballed those and put them where they needed to go. If you don't like watching someone use a track saw to cut down a bunch of parts for a project, you may want to fast forward like 20 seconds because that's all I'm showing you right here. I love my Makita track saw. And I will put a link in the description for you if you're shopping for one. I got mine off of Amazon, and I recommend the PowerTech 110-inch tracks as well to go with it because you never want to limit yourself to only a 55-inch track like you can see here. Having the 110 allows you to rip full sheets of plywood. So anyways, this is me just cutting the components that I need so that I can get started drilling pocket holes. This is a project that I wrote project plans for, which you can check out on Craig Tool's blog. I will put a link in the description for that as well if you prefer written out step-by-step instructions. So this 720 Pro was gifted to me by them earlier this year, and I absolutely love it. It just makes life so much easier when working with pocket holes as opposed to their smaller systems, which are still super effective and very budget friendly, but the 720 and the 720 Pro are, I mean, you get what you pay for, and so it's kind of like an easy button. If you're willing to spend a little bit more on a nicer pocket hole system, you have an easier time making pocket holes. It's that simple. Right here, I'm just doing a little bit of layout. I am marking out where I want the vertical pieces to go in the base. Putting lines on the inside and the outside. That way I can align them all properly, get them squared up, and still have a visual for where I need to screw them in. Using a combination of pocket holes for this portion, as well as just driving more Power Pro screws through the outside on the bottom. Inch and a quarter pocket hole screws are perfect for this application when you're using 3/4 inch plywood. This is the bottom of the carcass, so you're never going to see these screws, so that's why I just decided to drive them in from the outside to make it a little easier on myself. Clamps are absolutely crucial in this part of the build because they're your extra set of hands. They keep that wood from moving on you when you're driving the screws in. The trigger clamps by Pony Jorgensen are they're my absolute favorite. I reach for them the most often in the shop. These are the 24-inch ones, and they're just, again, they make your life easier. Yeah, I just continued to assemble it by drawing lines on the underneath side. That way I knew where I could place my screws safely so that they would not come out the sides. If you want to see me do something really dumb, yeah, just keep watching. You know I care about your entertainment when I film this part because I am 99.9% sure this part that I just built is not gonna fit into the closet already assembled. Enjoy. Oh. Yeah, no, this ain't fitting. How in the world? All right. Say a prayer. Okay. I will be so happy. Ain't no way this is gonna work. No way, this is not gonna work. Oh my gosh, if this works, that would be nuts. Okay, going well so far. Okay, so these doors, posing a little bit of problem. It's totally fine. No way. Oh, sorry. No. Oh gosh. So good. Oh shoot. Okay. Does it look good? Is it level? Looks good. Alright. Next step. What could go wrong? What is it? I don't know, man. That sounded fine. Oh boy. Don't skip leg day. Really testing those pocket holes at this point. Whose idea was this? Y'all try this at home. Alright. Oh. Could be fine. Just watch your head. Watch your face. Okay, so we're higher now, but still stuck. So please still be attached. Okay. Jeez, that hurt in so many places. Okay. My gosh. Oh my gosh. Except there's a jack under there. That is where that jack lives now. Safe to say this has been a saga that I never wanted to take you on. But here we are. The jack is out. I just basically used scrap wood to shim it up and pull the jack out. Now to lower it down one little step at a time, and it's never coming out. Didn't fall apart after all that, so shout out to Craig. Holy moly. One last strength test. Okay. Totally worth All right, enough of the shenanigans. Back to work on the 720 Pro. These are the shelving pieces for the vertical cubbies that are going to go on top of that beast that I somehow convinced to fit into that closet. Word to the wise, don't build something bigger than your rough opening. It seems like a pretty obvious suggestion, but take it from me, it's pretty hard to fit it in there if you do build it bigger than the actual opening of your closet. Okay, back to work. This is me trying out the Craig shelf pin jig for the first time. This device makes it pretty foolproof to drill evenly spaced holes along your cabinets so that you can have adjustable shelving. You can actually do this before you assemble or after, your choice. So you've seen me doing this technique in this video once already. I'm just using a combination square to lay out my lines for shelving spacing to make sure it's even. Once I get it there, I'm clamping it in so that I can drive pocket hole screws right into the pocket holes that you see here on the underneath of each shelf. And that's pretty much it. I opted to not use glue on this project because, again, I wasn't really sure how it was going to best be installed, and I wanted to be able to take it apart if I needed to. Now, this big piece right here is actually the backboard that is joining the two vertical cubbies. I did not include this on the project plans portion on Craig Tool's website because I wanted it to be optional. I wanted this build to feel approachable, and this is how I did it, so I'm including it here. But just to clarify that, this is not part of the project plans, but it's pretty easy as you can see. You just cut the piece to size, do more pocket holes, and attach it. This will be the background of the main 4 cubbies. Yeah, I just said that. Besides, you're not even right. There's technically 4 cubbies on each side, so that's 8 cubbies. You're either really bad at math or just have a bad memory. Maybe both. Anyways, more pocket hole screws, putting the back on, making this one extremely heavy piece to lift up by oneself. Like I said, this did get pretty heavy for just one little 5'3" person like myself to hoist all by my lonesome. So thankfully we got a dolly recently and I was able to load it up on the dolly, wheel it around the front sidewalk, and literally like roll it into the house. Not just on the dolly, but once I got it in the house, well, you'll see. So just got this in here. Now it's time for me to finish assembling, finish the face frame, any like touch-up sanding that needs to be done, painting, and well, just take a look. Here's how the project turned out. Hope you like it. If you watch this entire video, comment Craig Tool, because although this video is not sponsored by Craig Tool, they are a great partner of mine, and there are project plans for how to build cubbies like this with your own dimensions on their website. So you can go to the description below, check out the plans, and like I said, comment Craig Tool. That's how I know you watched the whole thing. Till next time. Jeez, that hurt. So many places. So many people at their garage doors up wondering what the heck I'm doing. Same. Peanut break. I'm allergic. Only if I have a lot of them. That was droll. What can I say? Power Pro screws make me salivate. That's gross. Oh boy. Didn't sound good.